I'm not even gonna lie. When I saw this for the first time, I even yelled out, Jesus, man. This episode really went from 0 to 100 real quick and even gave me some chills. So I'm not gonna waste too much time and just get into it. The red-haired kid, the dude who I still don't really like, we do find out that the reason why he has such a vengeance for goblins and possibly Goblin Slayer is because his sister was killed by goblins, which honestly, I'm not really too surprised. For God's sake, it's called Goblin Slayer, so of course it's probably gonna have some correlation with goblins. But a comment did say, which I actually forgot, his sister was one of the people that the priestess partied with in season 1, episode 1, and she was one of them that got killed. Oh. Well, god dang. Which I'm sure some people might remember her from season 1, episode 1, but personally, it's been so long since I watched Goblin Slayer, I completely forgot any of the characters who really got RIP'd. I went back to the episode. Yeah, she got poisoned, just like the kid said. And I get his frustration, don't get me wrong. His sister was killed, and she apparently became a laughingstock, and everybody mocked him and her for it, which, okay, dude, like, how much of a scumbag do you have to be? Who the heck just goes up to a dude who just lost his sister or any family member and start mocking them and humiliating them because their sister or family member, whoever, got killed by a goblin? Like I said, in other series, goblins are not really that powerful, but in Goblin Slayer, like, come on, bro. These people should already have a little bit of experience with goblins, although maybe not the people who were actually making fun of the dude because they probably aren't adventurers in the first place. I can understand why he'd be so hasty to kill goblins. But at the same time, well, if your sister, who I'm guessing is more powerful than you, got killed by goblins, you would think that he would be a little bit more wary and kind of cautionary about going and fighting goblins, because in this episode, we do get some goblin action, and also there's this big troll that Goblin Slayer and Lizard Man took down, and it was awesome. But to get into the beginning of the episode, had me a little bit confused from the first episode, because the priestess who was insulted by the red-haired dude, well, a little bit hurt, I want to say, or at least like, bro, really? I need to prove myself, I guess. So she was supposed to take charge in this goblin extermination quest. And as they're talking to this dwarf dude who's telling them all the information about what's going down, getting into the goblin's lair, I have to say, this kid is kind of annoying, to be honest. He's out here just getting irritated at everything. Why are we slowing down? We need to go faster. It's just, dude, shut up. Seriously. Who do you think you are? You're teaming up with the Goblin Slayer, which is an honor in itself to go and slay goblins because you have the #1 dude around town for this, and you're trying to call the shots or something like that, or at the very least, not take orders. Slow your freaking roll. The goblins laid this trap. Hey, let's, think about this, maybe not go through that way. At the very least, let's just take a minute to analyze this situation. He's like, no, I'm not gonna wait for that. What are you guys doing? I'm just gonna open it. I was kind of hoping it would injured him a little bit at the very least. That might be really messed up to say, but I just don't like the dude. I'm pretty sure most people don't like the kid. But something just fell down, which was a lot of blood. I'm assuming is probably somebody's body, which is completely messed up. He gets freaked out by it, screams, and alerts all the goblins, and well, that's when they had to start fighting. You're acting so cocky, like a know-it-all, and then you get scared by this, which I'm not saying wouldn't have been scary. There was a scream that he heard, and he just rushes to the scream by himself, which I get it. You want to go help that girl, understandable, but you're with a party for a reason. Have you not learned anything so far, bro? Apparently not. He goes into this room. I'm not even gonna lie. When I saw this for the first time, I even yelled out, Jesus, man. Because there's this girl literally strapped to this chair, and she has cuts all over her body. The goblin was putting nails in her hand. He was trying to help her and was freaking out. Used one of his fire attacks, which I was thinking this was gonna go all bad because he did blast the goblin with his fire. I thought it was actually gonna blast her too. And I didn't want the girl to actually get hurt, but I just low-key wanted to see this kid fail a little bit. There's this big troll, which I thought that was a hobgoblin at first, or some kind of superior goblin, something like that. Apparently not. It was just a troll. Everybody else comes in, save the kid's butt, save the girl, goes to Pound Town, which as we're fighting this troll and all these goblins. And let me just say, man, the teamwork between Goblin Slayer and Lizard Man, we love to see it. The red-haired kid does say something, well, kind of makes sense to Goblin Slayer's character, but at the same time, I didn't really fully understand the actual word. Let me go find it real quick. The subtitles say, this guy who seems so blaze about fighting the troll, but so delighted about killing goblins. I'm not really sure what bless is, whatever the heck that word means, but I'm assuming it's something like maybe not unhappy, but not really excited to fight this troll. He's just kind of like whatever, but he is ecstatic about killing goblins, which I mean, you know, who can blame him, bro, from what the dude went through. Then the red-haired kid said something which prior to the end of the episode, I was like, what the heck are you even talking about? He is the only person that I refuse to acknowledge. Dude, you want to kill goblins, which we find out at the end of the episode makes total sense why. The dude who can teach you the ways, the dude who literally knows the ins and out of these goblins, not like that, actually maybe even like that, and you're not gonna acknowledge him, you're not gonna give him the respect that he deserves. Like, what the heck is wrong with you, kid? This is when it started actually hitting me and, well, gave me some chills. Goblin Slayer, when he heard that his sister was killed, his hand shook for a minute, like jumped a little bit. I was not really expecting this. The dude just walks out of the party that they're having, maybe not even a party, but afterwards they're having some drinks, some foods, and the dude just steps out, and I'm thinking, is he going to go back to that cave or something like that to slay more goblins, even though they cleared it out? What is the man doing? He was just not in a good mood. They asked him, hey, what are we doing tomorrow? And he's like, I don't know. So after the man, the myth, the legend walks out, we see two more characters, which I can't remember their names. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. The red-haired dude with the spear was giving him some crap. Oh, God, it's Goblin Slayer. Don't just start popping up out of nowhere, bro. So at first I was thinking, is he giving him some kind of crap because he doesn't like him? I don't fully remember. I do really like how, even though Goblin Slayer is wearing this suit of armor, you don't see any facial expressions. He could give out the vibe and the expression that he's feeling without even, well, showing facial expressions or really anything. This is a part where I liked it, but I didn't really like it at the same time because the spiky-haired spear dude got serious and stopped joking around with Goblin Slayer, put his hand on his shoulder. Dude, what's wrong? Did something happen? Actually genuinely worried and concerned for the guy, which I really like to see that, you know, all these other adventurers do mess with Goblin Slayer and actually care about the dude, you know, even if I don't remember their relationship together exactly, if they're really on good terms, but even if they aren't, it's just nice to see that even he's like, dude, Goblin Slayer's not okay right now. Like, I need to at least ask what's going on with him, man, because this is not normal. Goblin Slayer just kind of pushes him off. It's nothing, just leave me alone. That is when we see this, and oh my God, bro, like, I don't even know what to say to this. I don't even know what I'm feeling exactly. We see Goblin Slayer throw off his helmet in this alleyway, thinking about how his sister, I believe it was his sister, got killed by the goblins, and he is just sitting there, hands on his face, just so stressed out. I don't know if the man's crying, but I wouldn't even doubt if he was, but he's just feeling like an absolute failure. Tells himself, do you think you actually did something, that you actually accomplished anything? You have saved so many people, helped a lot of people, even though they're goblins, and goblins are pretty savage in this world. You're doing the world a favor, a big favor. It's just crazy to see that the Goblin Slayer is just having some kind of mental breakdown because of a red-haired kid's sister did die, which Goblin Slayer can definitely relate to. Yeah, it was definitely an impactful episode. Honestly, the fighting was awesome. The goblin slaying was really good. I don't like the kid still, even after hearing that. Now I get why you have a vengeance and hatred for the goblins, but I don't think that you should really be hating on Goblin Slayer unless he actually knows Goblin Slayer was there and he wasn't actually able to save her, which, I mean, isn't really his fault to begin with. He showed up when he could, and it's their fault, in my opinion, for just going in without actually really thinking about it, because they're just like, oh yeah, goblins, who cares about goblins? They're weak anyway. Dude, no, not in this world, at the very least, not in this world. Goblin Slayer episode 2, absolutely fantastic. I really do feel bad for the Goblin Slayer most of all, man. He's really not taking this in too well, and I really hope that he can get back on his feet in episode 3 and get out there slaying some goblins, be the absolute monster that he is. I hope you all did enjoy the video, and if you would please use code Illya on all G Fuel orders, I would really appreciate that. And I hope you all have a fantastic day, night, evening, morning, whatever the hell time it is for you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.